Hello traders. Before we begin, let me say this clearly and honestly. Trading Forex involves significant risk. This content is strictly for educational purposes. No part of what I share is financial advice. You and only you are responsible for how you choose to trade. That said, don't let that warning scare you away. Trading can be a powerful skill when approached with wisdom, patience, and the right mindset. Also, this video is proudly sponsored by the Full-Time Pro Forex Indicator, a trusted, powerful tool that's been helping traders worldwide simplify their decision-making process and sharpen their edge in the markets. If you're serious about leveling up your trading toolkit, check out the link in the description below. It might just be the edge you've been missing. Now let's get into it. Today, I want to talk about the one mindset shift that finally made me profitable after years of struggle in this game. This isn't a story about a magical strategy. It's not about catching the perfect setup or buying a signal service. It's about the inner shift, the mental transformation that completely changed the way I trade. If you're here, watching this, chances are you've already gone through your fair share of pain in this industry. Blown accounts, emotional trades, regret. That sinking feeling of watching a trade hit your stop loss again while you question everything you thought you knew. I get it. I've been there more times than I can count. But the truth is, I didn't start making consistent gains until I changed the way I thought about trading. Not just what I knew technically, but how I viewed the entire process of becoming a trader. When I first got into Forex, like most people, I was chasing results. I wanted quick wins, fast flips. I looked at trading as a way to escape my job, my stress, my limitations. But in doing that, I walked into the market with the worst mindset possible: desperation. I placed trades not from a calm place, but from a fearful place, trying to force profits out of the chart. It was like trying to make a fire with wet wood. No matter how much I tried, it just wouldn't burn. And then one day, after another painful loss, I did something different. I stopped everything. I closed my charts, logged out of my broker, sat in silence, and I asked myself the hard question: what am I really doing here? That question changed everything. It hit me that I wasn't trading with purpose. I was reacting, chasing, comparing myself to traders online. I realized that I didn't actually respect the process. I only cared about the outcome. That was the beginning of the shift. From that point on, I stopped focusing on how much I could make and started focusing on how well I could trade. I replaced goals like make $500 this week with execute only high probability setups with patience and precision. I started rating my trades based on discipline, not profits. And slowly things began to change. I stopped forcing trades. I started journaling. I began reviewing my losses without emotion, not beating myself up, but learning. I built a simple routine, a clean chart, one strategy, one session per day. And most importantly, I treated trading like a craft, not a lottery ticket. This is the mindset shift I'm talking about, trading with process over profits. It's the difference between approaching the market like a gambler and approaching it like a professional. See, gamblers are looking for their next hit. Traders are building a foundation. Gamblers want to win. Traders want a career. It was in this mental shift that everything stabilized for me. I stopped trying to prove anything. I stopped needing the market to validate me. I simply followed my plan, stayed patient, and let the probabilities play out. And slowly, I became consistent. Now, let me be real. Even after this shift, I still had losses, but they were planned, controlled. I wasn't reacting anymore. I was responding with clarity. The chaos was gone. The noise was gone. I had peace in the process. And that's what I want you to understand today. Trading is a mental game. The market will test every insecurity you have. If you're greedy, it will expose it. If you're fearful, it will amplify it. If you're impatient, it will punish you for it. But if you can develop a mindset rooted in discipline, clarity, and long-term thinking, you will start to see the shift too. So I ask you, are you trading for the thrill, or are you building a skill? Because if it's the latter, then you've got to let go of the fast money fantasy. You've got to lean into the slow, boring, consistent process of growth. I'm not going to promise you millions. I'm not going to say this shift will make you rich next month. But what I can promise is this: when you stop obsessing over the money and start mastering your approach, the results will eventually follow. And just like that, the market stops feeling like an enemy and starts feeling like a partner in your growth. So let's go deeper into what that mindset actually looks like on a day-to-day basis. It means waking up without emotional attachment to yesterday's win or loss. It means approaching each trading session like a clean slate, not with the baggage of past outcomes, but with clarity and readiness. That's what separates a mature trader from a hopeful beginner. You're not here to win today. You're here to win over time. That shift, from short-term urgency to long-term vision, is what most traders never make. They want every day to be green. They panic if they don't hit a target by Friday. But real traders, they understand that a bad day is just a part of a good month, and a flat month might still be a piece of a great year. So, let's talk about discipline, because that's where mindset becomes action. You can't claim to have the right mindset if you're still violating your own rules. If your plan says no trades after 11 a.m., and you enter a trade at noon just because the setup looks good, that's not trading. That's emotional decision-making. That's the old mindset sneaking back in. The new mindset says, I trust my system more than my feelings. You see, emotions are loud. Discipline is quiet. The market will always whisper temptations, quick entries, forced setups, FOMO-driven buys. But your job isn't to listen to the noise. Your job is to listen to yourself, the calm, prepared, professional you. I used to think mindset was just about staying positive, but it's deeper than that. It's about staying neutral. You don't need to feel euphoric when you win. You don't need to feel devastated when you lose. You need to feel stable, like a surgeon in an operating room, calm, methodical, precise. That's what consistency is built on, not just skills, but emotional stability. And that kind of mindset doesn't come from motivational videos or morning affirmations. It comes from repetition, from showing up every day, doing the right thing, even when it's boring, even when it's hard. One of the biggest lies in Forex is that you need to feel confident before you act. The truth, you need to act before you feel confident. Confidence comes from competence, and competence comes from repetition. That's the cycle. And look, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent in your approach. Most traders keep tweaking strategies because they think the answer is in the setup. But most of the time, the strategy isn't the problem. It's the lack of discipline behind it. Ask yourself this: if you took your current strategy and executed it flawlessly for 90 days, how different would your account look? Chances are, the results would surprise you, but most won't make it 90 days. They'll change systems, chase a trend, copy a signal, or take a random trade just this once. That's the old mindset, the one that keeps traders stuck in a loop of short-term thinking and long-term frustration. But you're here, listening, learning, and willing to be honest with yourself. And that right there already puts you ahead of the curve. So if you're serious about this journey, I challenge you. For the next 30 days, track every trade. Journal your thoughts, follow your rules, don't chase, don't force, just trade with intention. You'll begin to see the shift, not just in your results, but in your peace of mind. Because the real breakthrough in trading isn't in your strategy, it's in your psychology. And once you make that one set shift from emotional to strategic, from reactive to intentional, that's when the game changes. That's when you stop blowing accounts and start building a future. And here's the part nobody talks about. The freedom isn't just in the profits. It's in the confidence you build by sticking to your word. It's knowing that no matter what the market throws at you, you won't panic, you won't spiral. You'll respond with calm precision. That's the real reward. Because once your mindset is right, every other piece falls into place. The market stops feeling like a storm and starts feeling like a map. And your job is no longer to predict, it's to navigate. If you've been stuck in that cycle, chasing, forcing, doubting, I'm here to tell you that there is a way out, but it starts with letting go of the fantasy and committing to the process. Not just for a week, not just until your next win, but for as long as it takes. This is not a hustle. This is a craft. It's something you build, refine, and respect. So if this message resonated with you and you're tired of the fluff, the fakes, and the empty promises, subscribe to the Daily Victory FX channel. Because here, we talk truth, we talk growth, we trade with intention, And remember, this video was sponsored by the Full-Time Pro Forex Indicator, a tool that's helped many traders find clarity in the chaos of the charts. If you're looking for something tested and reliable to support your trading edge, feel free to check it out. The link is in the description below. Disclaimer: this content is for educational purposes only and not financial advice. Trading Forex involves significant risk, and you are solely responsible for your decisions and actions. Please trade wisely and within your risk tolerance.